Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the live servers for Warlords of Draenor. Now, a few days ago, Blizzard announced that they are going to be adjusting the item level of quite a few pieces of gear, significantly so that it can have a rather drastic effect on our characters and also on our progression if you're raiding through Blackrock Foundry. So, why have they decided to do this? Well, the reasoning behind it is they felt that the leap from Highmore gear to Blackrock Foundry gear wasn't epic enough. And I actually totally agree. There's only 10 item levels different between each version. It's 655 Highmore normal. It's 665 Blackrock Foundry normal. And of course, remember, even if you're a guild which is just running Highmore normal raids, once you defeated 15 bosses, your garrison would unlock the heroic missions which would allow you to get 670 gear. So by the time Blackrock Foundry released, they're actually finding that people were moving from like to like fights, so Highmore normal to Blackrock normal, but their item levels were pretty much of an average of what the Blackrock Foundry stuff was. So when gear was dropping, it wasn't exactly helping people. You know, they could be getting a 665 piece of gear, but they've already got the 670 from the garrison mission. You know, or they could have procced a Warforged item from Highmore. So it's, instead of being 655, it's going to be 661. So there's such, small amounts of room for, or margin of error, shall we say, with gear. The upgrades weren't feeling significant enough. And I believe that Blackrock is quite a bit harder than Highmore stuff. So guilds weren't really progressing as Blizzard wanted them to progress. And of course, the whole point of gearing up is you make your guildies a little bit more powerful, so even if you get stuck on a boss, when you come back the next week, you're going to have a pretty decent crack at it because, you know, X amount of people, 3, 4, 5, 6 people managed to get upgrades the previous time. But it's not just Blackrock Foundry gear which is getting a change either. It's going to be Apexis Crystal gear, and it's also going to be crafted gear. So while I'm here in Warspear, let me just grab a random Apexis Crystal vendor. Now you see it's currently got 4 different types. It starts off at 630, goes to 645, then 655, and then 670. So it's not quite as powerful as the Blackrock Foundry stuff, but it's keeping people competitive. So if you're not raiding, you do have the option to get competitive gear. Even if the sim sites are telling me don't touch this stuff as it's absolute shite, which is true because it's stacked full of versatility. 5 of the 6 pieces for a Warlock are versatility. Every stat site is saying versatility is your worst stat by far. So if you wanted to, you could grab that 670 item. When this change comes into effect, and it's coming into effect next week, so it's very, very soon indeed, it's going to raise up by 5 item levels. So this, instead of being 670, is going to go to 675. And it's not just a tooltip change. It's not just a this is a 665 item now. The stats will be adjusted accordingly as well. So with here, we've got, 84 haste, 95 versatility. That will go up to something like, for argument's sake, 92 haste and 103 versatility. So the stats will be adjusted as the 5 item levels get added on. This is also going to have an effect on your crafted gear too. So I've got some crafted pants here. There we go. Now, if I was to use the 4th upgrade, these guys would go up to 680 item level. But with the adjustment, which is coming next week, it will actually go up to 685. Again, it's another 5 item level increase. So let's move on to the Blackrock Foundry stuff. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this separately is I feel this is going to have the most significant benefit to your character. The reason why I say that is with crafted gear, you're only going to get the 5 item level increase if it's up to the maximum, the 4 out of 4 upgrade. You're not going to get a 5 item level increase if it's 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, or 3 out of 4. It must be a full 4 out of 4 upgrade with which to receive it. The same with the Apexis Crystal stuff as well. You must be at the maximum of the Apexis Crystal item to receive that plus 5 item level increase. Whereas with the BlackRock Foundry stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's Raid Finder, Normal, Heroic, or Mythic, if you are wearing a piece of gear which you've received from BlackRock Foundry, it will automatically be upgraded by 5 item levels. So let's have a look how this will translate to, let's say, an average raider, which I believe I am. My current raid progression is 10 out of 10 normal, 9 out of 10 heroic, and I've currently got 680 item level. If I was to go through the 15 or 16 pieces of gear that you wear, depending on whether or not you have a main hand and an offhand, just look at this. 1, 2, 3, because it's a 4 out of 4 upgrade, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of the pieces of equipment which I am wearing are either maximum crafted upgrade or directly from BlackRock Foundry. So next week I'm going to come in to a 50 item level upgrade across all the pieces of gear which I'm wearing. So how does that translate to my item level in total? Well, 50 item levels, 16 pieces of gear. My item level will move up from 680 to around 683 because it's got to go through the average of all your gear. So I'll go up by approximately 3 item levels as a total for my character. Now you may think, okay, that's all right, but you have to also take into consideration, if you're a raider, that level of increase fully across the board. Now, I don't know whether 50 item level upgrade is good or average, but let's just say, for argument's sake, the average is between 30 to 40. You're still going to get significant upgrades, especially when you're looking at things like your weaponry, for example. That's not only going to have intellect and stamina, haste and mastery boosted, but it's also going to have a direct increase to spell power as well, which is going to be very tasty indeed. And remember, these upgrades are going to take into consideration the ratio of stats alongside of it, so it is a big increase across the board. Stamina is going to give you more health, ergo it's going to give you more survivability. If your healers are just struggling that little bit, let's say on Blast Furnace, you're just getting a wee bit overwhelmed by the ads, your healers are working overtime, you know, they're going a little bit just as you get into the crucial moment. Well, first of all, that added bit of health is going to help them. Secondly, with all the stat increase, your DPS is going to raise up that little bit more, therefore you might actually be able to keep on top of the waves of ads coming in, and it's going to allow you to push the next phases quicker and quicker, and therefore hopefully dominate the boss and get that progression kill. You know, it doesn't matter which one it is. It could be Maidens, it could be Furnace, which I've mentioned. You know, you might be stuck on Ore Gorger for all I know, or Flamebender or something like that. But all these little bits of increase across the board are going to have quite a drastic effect on you as a total, especially if everyone's receiving approximately 30 to 40 item level increase. So, the question is, how many item levels are you going to gain by your equipment next week? Remember, you've got to have 4 out of 4 crafted to get the crafted bonus, or you've got to be wearing the top end of the Apexis crystal gear to get that bonus. But every piece of BlackRock stuff will automatically get the 5 level increase. Again, doesn't matter if it's Raid Finder, Normal, Heroic, or Mythic. So in the comments down below, how many item levels is your character going to go up at? And it'll be interesting to see what exactly the average will be. So, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Those links are in the description down below, and I'll be back with more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.